Yeah, that's what's up, man. So the next one I got, I almost was going to skip this one, but I don't know. I think these films can be a little bit fun, at least for me. I'm a little bit demented. Like I went and saw Spiral, you know what I'm saying? And I actually bought the collection. It was really dirt cheap on Vudu, so I've been working my way through the ones on the later end that I haven't seen. But Saw X, man, that one came out, and I went to see it, and actually did pretty good, 72.5 million so far at the box office. But this story is interesting, and I'll tell you why it stood out to me, man. And I actually saw people giving it praise, so that which is what encouraged me to go to the movies, man. Because sometimes I want to go to the movies, and might not be something that I'm really like want to see, but I just want to go to the movies. And luckily, this was in there, and when I wanted to go to the movies. So this one, the plot is hoping for a miraculous cure. John Kramer travels to Mexico for a risky and experimental medical procedure, only to discover the entire operation is a scam to defraud the most vulnerable. Armed with a newfound purpose, the infamous serial killer uses deranged and ingenious traps to turn the tables on the con artist. And this film, it takes place between the first Saw film and the second Saw film.
Oh, so
it's someone said it's a midquel. Like it's not a prequel, it's not a sequel, but it's in the middle of the thing. And it serves to give you just some more of his background, you know. And I think those were the parts that I liked the most. It has Tobin Bell as Jigsaw. Shawnee Smith comes back in this. We also get Sinove Makudi Lund. I've seen her in stuff. I just never knew her name, but you'll recognize her face. And those are our main people in here, because a lot of it takes place in Mexico, because that's where he goes for the procedure. So we've got a lot of Mexican actors. We also get Michael Beach. You might know him from Stand By Me. He was the teacher that Morgan Freeman fired, the good teacher.
Oh, okay.
That scene was great. I forgot his name in in that film, but Lean on Me. But this is I liked it, man. Like the parts that I really liked though was we spent a lot of time with Jigsaw, man. Like the first half of the film is just him walking around, trying to find treatment, man. And it's crazy how far the scam went. It took me a while to catch on that they were scamming him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this shit might be like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. But then there are things that are, that pop up and you're like, oh shit. So, but it's cool seeing those moments. He's going to cancer support groups, and like he almost feels sympathetic at one point. You almost forget that he sets people up in these traps and kills them. But even that has never really bothered me with this franchise. I thought it was interesting that there was this random guy out there forcing the people to be held accountable, even though it is messed up what he's doing to them. But it's also like, you better watch how you treat people, man. Like,
yeah.
In a way, like so it has that kind of, it's like a guilty pleasure of the killers, man. But that's the best part, man. But once he finds out what's going on, and you're like, oh damn, then it goes back into normal Saw stuff, and it's not as much as the previous films where it's just nonstop, especially with the sequels where it's just scenario after scenario, and then you get a quick flashback as to why he got him there. This one is more of a film playing out before he gets to that. That's probably in the last third of the film where he gets to doing his contraptions and machines, but it kind of it does a good job of just building up his character and getting you in his head for a minute and figuring out like damn, there's probably a moment where he was gonna where he was gonna relax and just spend the rest of his days traveling. But then you get scenes of him kind of traveling and sketching in his book, and they zoom in on it, and you see that he's sketching out a new torture device.
Oh, really?
And you're just like, damn, he can't, like, even though he's dying, that's still on his mind. Like, he's not going to, it's like, it's,
he's not going to just lay down and take it.
Yeah, like if you let out Bundy, he's probably going to kill somebody again if he had the chance. You know what I'm saying? You can't let these guys out. Ed Kemper, he basically turned himself in. If you put him back out there, there's no rehab. He's going to revert back to what he was doing. So I thought that was interesting. But I had a good time, man. It's not a super long film. It's a good 90 minutes, I believe, maybe hour hour and 40. And it goes, man. It worked, dude. I had a good time with it, man. Like, as far as the other sequels that I've seen, this one just felt like it had more substance to it, man. It just wasn't, leaning into like the torture porn of it, It had a story to tell, But it's playing, man, if you want to see it. And like I said, man, I don't think if you don't like the Saw stuff, it's not going to be up your alley, man.
I'll be honest with you. People talk about torture porn. This is what I consider torture porn. To me, it's just a little too much. Like the first Hostel film, I couldn't watch that because I just thought that was too much. And same thing with the first Saw. After the first one, I wasn't compelled to look at anything else past first one.
See, the first one, even though those situations were gory, I was always intrigued by the choice. So what are you gonna do though? Like, you got to resolve or do you just let the machine take you out? And the machine probably gonna take me out, bro. If I got to chop off a leg, it's gonna have to be bad. Like, if I was in even like the stories I hear about things like this happening to real people. Like, you hear about some person that's out there logging and a log falls on his arm and he's pinned and he's got no choice but to die or take his pocket knife out and cut that arm off. Man, they're gonna find me dead laying up under the So part of my mind is, that fascinates me, man. But the gore, I don't know, man. Movie gore, it rarely eats to me. So, like, I think because I know it's movie gore and stuff like that. So in my head is more of just the idea of certain things versus the visual of it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get into that when I talk about the film that we both saw, because I think that has some parallels with the presentation of gore that with this Saw series, at least in my mind,
Oh, really?
But it's, yeah.
I'll tell you a film that I wasn't able to finish, and I went to the theater and saw this years ago, and I just thought it might have been the most gory thing ever, and it was just people love this film.
Okay, what about Green Inferno?
I never saw it. I'm not a real big fan of Eli Roth.
That's one of the ones that I liked about it, and maybe it's because it's Tarantino'd. Yeah, when I say that film is not his. Basically, he remade the damn what's it called? Cannibal Holocaust, but he put humor into it. Cannibal Holocaust is not funny, bro, and that's I think why that film disturbs me so much, and I'll never watch it again. But Green Inferno got some really darkly humor in it that makes you watch this and you're just like, whoa, like there's some crazy shit happening, but there's also a bit of humor involved. Like, especially
the film I was going to name is Passion of the Christ. I just thought that
that does fit a little bit.
I just thought it was, even though it. Yeah, parts of that I just thought it was old school.
Like when he pulls out the whip, and the chunks of meat.
Yeah, that's when I checked out. That was just.
Yo, do they still make what was that magazine that used to show the gore? Was that Cinema Fantastique?
I think so. Yeah.
I'll bet. I don't even know if they did it, but it would have been so ironic if they did a whole issue on Passion of the Christ and the gore, because you know how they would do. That would be amazing. It would be so ironic because people think horror movies are this subversive thing, but I think it would have been great if they put Passion of the Christ on the cover of that and just did an expose on the gore effects of that film.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they might have done it, man. That's
Corey though. But like, you'll be around some people, and I'll tell them that I wasn't able to make it through that movie because of that, and then they'll say, "Well, you saw From Dusk Till Dawn," and I'm saying to myself, "Yeah, it's vampires and guns and stuff, but there's no
cracking jokes."
Yeah, they're cracking jokes, and then it ain't an innocent man that's like just getting beat on. To me, that's a form of torture porn.
That was
it's somebody's not fighting back and just being spit on and get skin and stuff ripped out off of. Mm-hmm. So like I said, I couldn't make it through that film.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that magazine. It might have been Cinema. Which one was the gore one? I can't remember, dude. But there was one of them that just was all about the gore
effects.
Yeah. Somebody let us know in the comments, man, because I totally. But I used to go in the Tower Records and stuff and see them covers, and sometimes and I was little, and there'd be some gory shit on there, and I'd be like, like, you know?
Yeah.
Depending on what was on the cover, I'd be like, hey, that's a bit much.
Yeah, Pinhead. That's like my first time seeing Pinhead, like on that magazine on the cover, I think. Mm-hmm. Either that or Fangoria.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know if you're in the man. Check it out though. I think it's one of the better installments of the series, man.